Don't think I'm ready for you. Don't think you're ready for me either. I know you've been with her too long. It's okay, I'm just saying. What if she told you that she still likes you and she wants you to come back? Would you go and pretend like I'm nothing? Although you want her, want her, want her. I need you back.
Woo! And we are live, you guys. It's Girl on the Rocks. It's Sunday, and we are back. I missed you guys. I know that we weren't here last week, but it was for good reason. We had an amazing art show here at Hub 17. This is Halloween Art Vasion. It was amazing. You guys can see all of the pictures and videos online. Follow Hub 17. You can follow Erin. Who else? Unicorn Empress. You guys came out.
We did come to the event. We were both here.
Listen, it's a community here. We have the amazing Resin by Rachel, and we have the Glam Garden NYC in the flesh. Oh my goodness. Not only are they amazing businesswomen here on Staten Island, but they are my friends, and I'm so happy that they're here. And I'm always ready to give an outlet to people who I know are really working hard to put their ideas out there. So without further ado, here are my wonderful guests.
Hi.
Hey, y'all.
So excited to be here.
I'm happy to have you.
Yeah, I'm like I'm starstruck.
Oh my God. I get so nervous every time I see her because I'm like, oh my goodness, she's
You know, people have a gift. Mine is I will make you feel gassed up and nervous.
Oh my God.
In a good way.
That's literally it. Spot on. It's perfect. It's perfect. But I love it.
It's a gift.
That's the love and support that we have here. And so it's really good to have my friends on the show to show you guys what they've been working on.
So what's poppin'?
I feel like we have to introduce your voice.
Okay, this is my voice.
No.
ASMR style. My name's Allie, and I run Glam Gardener NYC. You can call me the Glam Gardener. And what I do is I'm a nature lover. I'm trained in sustainability. I make art, I make stickers, and I make hyper local, wild crafted, foraged products ranging from herbal teas to locally foraged smudge wraps. And that's what I do.
Wow. Okay, let's talk about this resume.
Okay. Let's pull it up. We have to start checking them off.
Poppin'. Okay. So shout outs to another hardworking woman out here in Staten Island. And then we have the amazing Rachel.
The Resin by Rachel. My name's Rachel, and I make any and everything that you can think of out of resin. I'll put anything you can think of into resin. It's really fun. And I think it comes out pretty cool. Maybe I'm a little biased, but...
No, I will vote that it is amazing.
I came bearing gifts.
Yes, so we're going to get into all of the gifts in just a few. You guys don't want to miss, so make sure that you stay tuned for the entire episode. And if you guys seen the post before this episode, I did say that this is a jam-packed episode. So we actually have another guest who is going to be tuning in remotely. So we have two artists here. I'm a creative. This is the Creative Hub. So we have Executive Director of Staten Island Arts joining us right now, Elizabeth Bennett. And we're so happy to have her. Let's try and get her in. There she is.
Hey.
Hi, this is really cool.
So it's perfect that you're here. We can hear you. You look good. Everything is clear.
Well, that's the magic of what the hub makes happen.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for asking me to be on your show, Girl on the Rocks, and I'm very, very happy to be with Allie and Rachel.
We're happy too.
Oh my gosh,
honored.
Snaps for that.
Honestly.
Yes, but I thought it was a good idea to bring us all together because we're all in the same community working to bring these great ideas to our youth, our older folks, or just people who are coming to Staten Island for the first time and just want to see what it's all about. So I wanted to do an episode where we give our viewers some access to what you guys are working on and also what they have access to as far as building on their creativity. So if you could let us know what you guys are working on down at Staten Island Arts.
Sure. This is actually really good timing because right now Staten Island Arts has a bunch of different opportunities for artists. But before we go into that, I just want to dial it back because there might be some folks listening to the show who don't know what Staten Island Arts is.
Right.
So just a really basic description. Staten Island Arts is the local arts council for Richmond County. In New York City, each of the 5 boroughs has an arts council, which is really focused on grassroots, boots on the ground, street level art making, and providing professional development services for artists. So one of the things that we often say is that we're kind of like a chamber of commerce for artists.
Right.
Because we offer a bunch of different services that focus on skills development, both in terms of art making, but also how to build your business, how to become an entrepreneur. But we also do a lot of free programming. Actually, I should say everything that we offer is for free. So we have an art gallery that is in Stapleton. It's in the Irby complex, and we have 4 exhibits there a year. We have an arts education program that supports professional development for teaching artists to go into schools and community centers and senior centers. And we have a folk life program, which is really unusual. Our folk life program looks at different heritage traditions. So on Staten Island, that ranges from anything like concerts of traditional Irish music to work with La Colmena and the Mexican immigrants who are at La Colmena and the different cultural councils that are there. We've also done some maritime heritage programs that look at maritime heritage on Staten Island. So lots to offer, and you can check out our website, statenislandarts.org, to see the full breadth of what's going on.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
the thing that I'm excited about in terms of the timing with being on your show this week is because the very central program that Staten Island Arts runs every year, and which is the reason why we've existed for 28 years, is our regrants program. And what that is grant money that we receive from the New York State Department of Cultural, the New York State Council on the Arts, and the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs. And then we grant the program so that local artists can access government money that they wouldn't have access to otherwise because of the strictures from the government. So it's really cool that Allie's here because Allie is a grant recipient from Staten Island Arts.
Oh, wait, I need to have like a.
You can talk about the process of filling out the application.
No, that's nice.
We're trying to find the whoop whoop button.
Yeah.
This one's good.
Whoop whoop.
This is my first time using all of this cool stuff, you guys. We got lights and we got cameras and we got action. It's really, really dope. So
It is.
I'm excited.
Bells and whistles.
Yes. But Allie, shout out to you.
Thank you.
She is
Thank
doing
you.
so many big
Oh my
things on the
goodness,
low,
I
but it
love
is
it.
very exciting.
We could talk about it today.
What is
we could talk about
what
it
is
today.
the process of getting a grant or proposing for one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Elizabeth.
so the grants are available. They start at $500 and they go up to $5,000.
Okay.
There's an online application process. The application gets submitted through the Staten Island Arts portal, and depending on where you are, which is on our website, depending on where you are in your career, but also what type of program you're going to propose, we have different grant categories.
Okay.
So there are 5 different grant categories, and the guidelines for each program are different depending on whether you're an individual artist or if you work within a collective, or if you actually work for an organization or want to work for an organization that has 501c3 nonprofit status.
Okay.
So Jenna Mimoso, our longtime grants administrator, who's also our
Yes, we
deputy
gotta get Jen on
director.
the show.
Jenna's awesome.
Shout out for Jenna. Jenna, along with our arts education manager, Jeremy Hewler, are going to be, they're offering 14 different application seminars so that people can learn about the different types of grants.
Perfect.
And also, they really do a great job of walking people through the process. Especially if you're a first-time applicant, it might be a little bit confusing to fill out a budget.
Yeah, definitely. I
We
would say
have an
from
Excel
my
budget.
experience, it's more intimidating.
Yeah, it makes you like nervous to even begin the process.
Because then it's like, okay, I'm writing all this down. I'm like, but wait, why would they give it to me? Like me?
But I think having somebody who's gotten it before, been through the process, and then someone who aids in the process and creates the process is very like welcoming.
Yeah, I'm just like a normal person. Like I got this grant and I had some experience with doing grants and scholarships before from college and other grant-related things. But to be honest, in my experience with grants, the Staten Island Arts Grants is very easy to understand. You are given like an extreme amount of support through Jenna and the organization. Basically, you go to the seminar, you're required to go. So you have no choice.
Perfect.
You go and Jenna walks you through every little thing. And if you if you have
They're like, you gotta go.
you have to go. And it's smart that they make you go, right? And you ever have a question, Jenna's gonna get back to your email within like a day or two. And it's very supportive, it's very community oriented. We all know, like just being in the creative community or just being a Staten Islander, you know someone who has gotten this grant before.
Yeah, definitely.
You just know someone through
Well,
the
at least they do
grapevine.
now.
Yeah, and now you know me,
now.
so holler at me, Glam Gardener NYC, all platforms. But because, this is such a community-oriented grant and it's really geared for creatives at different levels of their career, like it's accessible and it's kind of like non-threatening in that way. And if
that
you
brings
aren't-
down the intimidation level by a lot.
Also, I noticed Staten Arts has a highlight on their Instagram story that will show you artists that have gotten the grant. So if you have like 2 to 5 minutes and want to go through that and you aren't convinced that you know someone who got the grant, go on their Instagram, go to the highlight on their story, and click through.
And they follow back, and they're very supportive on Instagram too. So definitely go follow Staten Island Arts.
Exactly. But yeah.
It's really good to hear what Allie's saying about the support process, because that's something that the staff takes really seriously. Is we are here to support. Another thing to keep in mind is that the staff doesn't actually make the decisions about who gets the grants. Community members, it's artists who make those decisions. So they get it. They know Staten Island and they know what it takes to put together a project on Staten Island. So there's a level of support and enthusiasm in that competitive process already, because a lot of people might not think that the panelists really want to see the projects get funded and want to see artists succeed and be able to implement their ideas and dreams.
Yeah.
And I'll also add that something that is unique with this community-oriented grant that I haven't seen in other scholarship and grant applications is that you're given personal feedback on what the panel said about your application. So
that's a good perk.
Yeah, and that's something that I really enjoyed because when you have like a review call once you get the grant and they say this worked, this didn't, this is what people were interested in. So it gives you feedback. And so often, like, in life, like we apply for a job, we don't get the job, we don't get told
but you don't know why.
Like,
it's always important to know why, whether you got it or not, what you could do better the next time you apply for something, or if you didn't get it, what you can do better to get it the next time, whatever it is you're applying for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's helpful.
And I think it's just a great experience to apply for it, and there's like no stakes. You just do it again the next year, like,
Definitely.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
So there are a lot of different types of projects that get funded in all different artistic disciplines. There's also a grant for teaching artists to go into K through 12 grades in public schools. Although of course nobody's
really
going
cool.
to school at this point. It's all being done, digitally. We also have a specific grant program that is just for projects on the North Shore. And that's an outgrowth of the Future Culture projects that we did to connect communities and culture
Yeah.
over the last 4 years. So again, take a look at the website. All of the different application seminars are scheduled there,
up there.
and the guidelines for the programs. And then, just if you have questions, come to a seminar, email Jenna,
Yeah.
email Jatik Long, our regrants assistant, email Jeremy, our arts education manager, email me. We're all here to help. So
I love
the
it.
application is due on January 31st.
Okay,
So there's
we
also
have
a lot of
time.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like more than 2 months.
Yeah, that's
But we
good.
know
That's
that,
also taking off the
people's
pressure,
brains
too.
are just really scrambled this year
Yeah.
because of the COVID crisis. And so we wanted people to have more time to wrap their heads around what an art project is.
For sure. And so what is the impact on you guys with this whole COVID situation as far as just, giving people places to perform and to be themselves? Like, I know that for me as an entertainer, everything is starting to slip. I was just starting to book again and then a screeching halt. So I just wanted to know for everyone here,
Yeah, of
especially
course.
even businesswomen,
can speak to that.
what
Yeah,
are
no, we
we
can definitely
what are we
speak to
going
that.
through during this time when it's really
Yeah.
hard to go out and show people what you have, and it's all this contactless drop off and stuff. So what is it like?
you could. So me and Allie. Okay, so me and Allie were really excited because we started thinking about like how do we get our names out? How do we get
Yeah.
the word out about what we're doing, and how do we get people to be interested in what we're doing?
Yeah.
And I guess normally the answer would be go out and meet people in person, and we've actually experienced that going to events, how awesome it is.
Yeah.
But the problem is, there might not be an event when you're ready to go to one. So we started thinking like, let's have our own.
Yeah.
So we had this idea, and then we started talking about this idea more and more. These awesome things started popping up. We started thinking about how we would expand on this idea, how it could be like this huge community thing.
Yeah.
We picked a date, picked a venue, and in less than a week, we just had to decide, like, we can't do it.
Yeah.
There's so many
Yeah.
restrictions, and I mean, Allie can speak more to that because she kind
It's
of
hard.
came to me and said, like, I don't think we can really
Yeah.
manage this the way we want to. So it's just tough. You can have the best ideas, you can have the best support, you can actually like finish all the details of your planning,
Yeah.
and something still might kind of put it to a
Pop
halt.
up,
So it's tough.
Yeah, so, new COVID regulations just got passed in New York
Yeah.
City this past Friday
Yeah.
the
This Friday,
13th.
I know.
LOL,
Yeah.
on Friday the 13th. But these new regulations say, no indoor gatherings,
Yeah.
like in residences over 10 people.
people.
Yep.
And so
Right.
the venue that we were planning for is like indoor and outdoor. And so we kind of had to just really come together and say, let's do it right. Let's
Yeah.
take the time.
Yeah.
Let's not rush this. Event planning is difficult in and of itself.
And stressful.
general.
And stressful.
Yeah,
And then
definitely.
it's stressful in and of itself. And, the layer of COVID on top of it and the layer of trying to plan, because you can't plan an event for 1 week from now. You got to plan an
Yeah.
event for 6 weeks from now.
Yeah.
And 6 weeks from now
At the
could
very
be a
least, 6
different
weeks.
world.
And also,
we have
Yeah.
no
it's just
idea.
the scary feeling of after pulling off the event,
Yeah.
please don't call me and tell me you're sick. Please
Yeah,
don't
no,
call me and tell me
yeah.
you're
It's
sick,
it's the truth. And,
Yeah.
like I said, what we were thinking of initially is something that would be a constant, like almost a community staple. Like,
Like
obviously,
it.
it's the dream. I can't say it's definite, but
Yeah.
that was really the dream, the goal.
Yeah.
And we felt confident that, and we still feel confident that it's attainable and it's going to be accomplished by us.
It's just
But we
one-
just had to realize, like,
Yeah.
everything in due time.
Yeah, for sure.
You can't rush it. And, if us putting off an amazing event is going to help people from spreading a virus or being sick, or from us just breaking a law, like, we're going to wait.
And it also gives you more time to perfect it, too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So you have more time to make
Rachel
sure
and Allie, I
everything's
hope you can
perfect.
really make that happen in the future. Hang on to that goal.
Yeah.
It's not going away.
Yeah, just to give everyone a little teaser of what we
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
fiddling with.
I didn't know
in our
how
minds.
much
It
we
was
were-
like a,
So,
it was a sprinkle. I
I
was
was
like, oh, how much are they
sprinkling
going to give us? How much are they going to
Yeah,
give us?
I was willing to sprinkle it, but I had to wait for my my friend.
I'll give a little bit of
Go
a
ahead.
dollop, a
I'm
little
ready.
more than a sprinkle.
Yeah.
So, we were really thinking of trying to find an innovative way to support the local economy here on Staten Island, support local artists, artisans, and makers.
And
there would-
ourselves.
and ourselves. There would be a local vendor component. there would be a component where we're having DIY workshops. So we're teaching people and we're giving people the opportunity to make something themselves. Rachel makes resin. I do a lot of different working with herbal products. I
Yes.
blend teas, I wrap smudges, I make tinctures. I have a lot of knowledge on gardening, sustainability, and foraging.
And these are things that regular people can do. It's
Yeah.
just that we've, practiced for X amount of time, and so we've like perfected it or just gotten really good at it, or what we, enough to show other people.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so workshops so people can do things themselves. Local vendors so that you could support someone if you don't want to learn to do it yourself. And
Yeah.
community resources and making all of this fun and accessible because, we're just firm believers that you need to support your community and there's work that we
100%.
have to do as a community. I volunteer with the Forest Ave Community Fridge. We have fun, we have fun
It's
events.
beautiful, you guys. Make sure you guys go down and donate some food.
Absolutely.
Just to
so
like,
cute,
yeah,
yes.
wanted to
Come down.
plug them real quick, but also like, I'm a firm believer that we have work to do in our community, but it doesn't have to be boring. It doesn't have
Right.
to be guilt oriented. It could be fun. So how can we combine
Yeah.
these three things
Also,
so that we're making it
a lot,
fun?
honestly,
Yeah.
and I've noticed even just from myself, it's taken me like 10 plus years to genuinely realize that I do care about my community and that I have to care.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to not be so only self-absorbed and only self-aware. And Allie has helped me a lot with that. So I just realized, what can we do to, number one, help ourselves, because you do have to care about yourself a little bit.
100%.
What can we do
Self-care.
that can sustain our art and our
Lori.
business? Hi, Lori.
Community is everything.
Yeah,
she
and
said.
what can we do to help other people like us? It's hard to even get the confidence to start a business. It's
Right,
hard.
right,
Honestly,
right.
before even starting a business, it is so hard to show your art. It is so hard. So
the
what
pressure.
can we do to make people feel more comfortable to do that? Because there's so many talented people.
Yeah.
And, economy-wise, we have to help each other.
Yeah.
We're an island.
need
We are
more
already
places like this.
isolated. We have to help each other.
Yeah.
So-
and we need more places like
I think
this.
we
like-
really learned that during the COVID era too. Like the seeing the impact on small businesses
Absolutely.
and small entrepreneurs. It highlights the fact that we need to. If we've got cultural entrepreneurs in our community, we've got to buy the products from them in order to
Absolutely.
keep the artists
Absolutely.
going.
That's for sure. And speaking of buying products, you guys.
Oh.
It's time
Oh,
to
snap.
It's time to do it.
Oh, snap.
So I actually got a pair of these earrings at the Snug Harbor Street Fair.
Yeah.
And they were in a lilac purple color. Let me try and get closer to the mic for you
And I
guys to
actually
see it.
have to shout out Girl on the Rocks really quick on her own podcast. Because, real quick though, I swear. She came to the fair, bought my earrings, told me how much she liked them, and then in a DM or in a comment, gave me the name for the earrings. So they are Serving Face. And genuinely, I tried so hard to think of something better. I really, really did. It's not even not wanting to give credit. I just wanted to be creative too. And I couldn't think of anything to top it. So I had to come through with some gifts. I really did.
Yes, let's show them some
Nice.
more.
Yeah.
What do you got? The
help me
unveiling.
out, best
You want me to
friend.
help you?
Yeah, help me out, best friend.
By the way, me and
Got
Rachel have been
goodies.
friends for like 10
10
years.
years,
That's
yeah.
also why we're here together.
Absolutely. We do
And
everything
we
together.
we can talk about our collaboration
We totally
after
can.
you're
Yeah.
done.
So,
Honestly, this is
Here,
inspiring.
you talk about it. I go close
yeah,
to
okay,
the
so
camera.
so just to reel back, I make a lot of different things out of resin. I didn't bring everything here today. It would just genuinely wouldn't fit.
It's beautifully
Yeah, what
crafted.
Allie's holding, it's like a mini tray, mini rolling tray, whatever you want to call it. It is just like a holder of things. That's just the easy way to say it. But so I basically combine colors, glitters, different things.
This
and
one's my favorite.
yeah, mine too.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I just really enjoy creating things and playing with the colors and the
Yeah.
glitters of it all. And sometimes really cool things come out. Don't get me wrong, sometimes things are not a bop. They're not popping. But sometimes they
But
really...
this one's a bop.
Yeah,
Hold up.
sometimes
And
really...
the best thing about her and her integrity and just how much of a wonderful businesswoman she is, if you
Making me
guys
blush.
do follow her on social media, and make sure you do, her information is on the bottom of this video. She is showing you guys every day unraveling
Yeah.
new products. new ideas she has and her process to it all. So I think that's really important.
And honestly,
so does Allie as
yeah,
well.
no, Allie makes a lot of cool videos.
Every weekend she's out finding like crazy mushrooms. It's insane.
Allie is the queen of information. I mean, like,
Yes.
don't get me wrong. I will try to upload something like several times a week, if not every day, because every day is like a little tough. I try to do a lot. Allie sits there and she will teach you. Like, you don't have to Google anything. She has a blog on her website. She will teach you about everything. It is amazing.
I'm
No, I
dead.
love
Yeah,
it.
I tend to go on rants sometimes.
It's
Today-
good.
Hey, I need it. I need it.
Today,
I look forward to it.
Today is actually America Recycles Day,
Yes, it is.
which I saw from one of my own followers, which was awesome. But yeah, I posted because I saw that I posted some videos that I took when I worked for a recycling department, like in Arizona. I lived in Arizona. I went to school in Arizona, but I worked for the recycling department, and it's inside the facility where they recycle your materials.
I saw that video today. It was really cool.
And I went on a rampage rant about recycling and how it's recycled and what happens after and what
Yeah.
are the issues.
I
and
can
what is
attest
the
to the
goal.
rant. I read it. It is very much a rant. Very much worth reading. Very much, but definitely a rant.
But
worth it,
yeah,
you guys.
like
It is.
I'm down. I
Where do
love
I
like
find
giving
this? I wanna read
information.
it.
Say that again.
Where do I find it? I want to read it.
Glam Gardener NYC on
Okay.
Instagram.
Yeah. Everybody, please follow.
Yes,
Follow
let's
me.
just
You,
take a
Allie.
second to plug ourselves in. So follow me at girl_on_the_rocks.
On Instagram, it's _resin by Rachel. On TikTok, it's just resin by Rachel. And my website is resinbyrachel.com. Everything is cohesive, very easy to remember.
Professional.
That's
Okay.
right.
Okay. Yes.
And I'm Glam Gardener NYC on everything. Website is glamgardenernyc.com. Glam as in glamorous. Gardener as in gardener. NYC as in our location. The name comes from being both fabulous and very dirty gardener
And
at the
sustainable.
same time.
I love it. And sustainable. And Elizabeth, please plug yourself in. Where can we find you on social media if we have any questions?
Staten Island, you know what? StatenIslandArts.org is our website name.
Okay.
And I don't remember the Facebook and the Instagram
Staten Arts.
addresses.
Yeah,
it is Staten Arts.
We know it.
We do,
I
'cause we
don't
follow
know
it.
off the top of my head.
I think I just plugged it. It is Staten Arts.
I'm pretty sure it's
Give me
Staten Arts.
1 second
Staten
to
Arts.
double check.
Thank you.
Shout outs to you guys. You guys always share our posts whenever we have events coming up. They always let people know.
Oh, and I think you said it before, but they do follow back.
They do
follow back.
Yeah, we
so
do.
follow them.
And they like pics, they share.
They do.
So definitely shout them out on Instagram if you can. And also make sure to follow Hub 17.
Absolutely.
You guys,
Absolutely.
this place
Yes.
is so special to all of us in so many ways. For me personally, this is the first place where I've been really comfortable to be myself and teach myself how to be more of an entertainer and meeting people who I can work with to get things done. And that's really important when you're in the realm of making experiences for people. You want to make sure that you have a good team of people who are going to work hard to make sure that everyone who comes to this event leaves either learning something, had bought something that they can give to someone else, or whatever the case may be. So that's why I really love these women here, and I am so happy to have Elizabeth here because you guys are going to be the ones to help everybody go in a creative direction. You know what I'm saying? And that's what brings a little bit of splash and color to the world, you know, the sprinkle that we need. Because I think, you know, with this time, the creatives are going to be the ones to really come out of the dirt with something really
And we can definitely talk about that too.
big.
100%.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, shout out to the Hub. Every time I'm here, there is the coolest art outside.
Yes.
On the way in here, actually, the art has changed since a week and a half ago that we were here, and it is so nice. Like, even just come walk by because it's so good.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So, just had to plug that.
Yeah.
But
And
I
every
also I
week
want
is
to
something
give my
different.
own
It is.
shout out to the Hub too because it meant a lot to me how quickly Kenny and everybody else at the Hub was able to shift programming to an online space. It seemed like
Yeah.
it happened way before any other Staten Island culturals did that.
Ooh, shout out
Yeah,
to the
right?
Hub.
Like this.
Yes,
Shout out,
Kenny.
shout out.
But also
He's over there in the corner like this.
Cringing.
art exhibit that I went to, like, you know, once restrictions lifted, the first art exhibit that I went to was in August at the Hub. And it felt so amazing to be back in an art gallery, other than Staten Island Arts' gallery, which I go to every day. The artwork that was being shown at the time was amazing. But I was really impressed with the bravery of everybody at the Hub to be able to put this exhibit up in August and open their doors at a time when so many people were like, okay, we feel safe enough. It's time to go back to a museum or a gallery. And Kenny made it happen.
Thank you, Kenny.
Thank you, Kenny.
Out making it happen.
Yes, Lori. Love the Staten Island creative community. We are the colorful waves of the future.
Yes.
Shout out
Colorful
to Lori
waves.
Love. We love you, Lori. Lori was just here the other day with Akasha. So if you guys are following Akasha's show, Duality, is that Wednesdays?
Yeah.
Wednesdays.
10:30
10:30 a.m. So make sure you guys go check out the show. We have a bunch of different podcasts here. So if you guys are interested in doing anything like this, if you have photography ideas, video ideas, anything creative, and you need a space to do it, you can always follow the Hub on social media or go on the website, hub17nyc.com. And we have memberships available. So the memberships are super affordable and you get access to everything here. So make sure you guys take advantage of that opportunity. And if I may, please, I just want to do one more plug, you guys. One more plug.
Plugs everywhere.
We out of outlets almost. So we so plugged.
You know, but this is all about making sure that people have access. So this is perfect. I want you guys to go out right now and download the We Just Working app.
Yes.
I just did it today.
Yep.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yes, it's so nice. We just updated it. It's so cool, you guys. It's grown into such a beautiful, swift, easy to use app.
Can you tell us what it is? Because to be honest, I'm gonna be honest right now, honesty hour. I seen the We Just Working app, but I didn't really know what it was for. And today I
Yeah.
got a great description from Charlie
Yeah.
about
Shout
what
out
it's
to
really
Charlie.
for and how I, as a creative, will benefit from downloading
and
the
honestly-
app. So maybe you can just speak to
Yeah,
that.
once having that conversation and then seeing the app in person, like we said before, having like the confidence to go ahead and download something, go see something, and then the conversation and the description, we're like, oh, this is so useful. Like we need this.
Yeah, like I didn't realize.
Yeah, we didn't. We had no
Sure.
idea.
Absolutely.
So definitely.
So I will let you guys know what We Just Working is, and then we'll dive into the app. So We Just Working is an umbrella company of creatives. So it started with Startup and Charlie Rock. Shout out to you guys. Love you so much. Those are my brothers. And they basically came together with all of their friends, all different types of creative people, whether it was music artists, web designers, writers, dancers, you name it. And basically pull them under this wing and use our connections to get work done, just like we do here in the creative community in Staten Island, right? So in order for us to find a way to make people feel even more comfortable in putting their work out there, we created this app that reduces the clutter of social media. Okay, so when you go on social media, right, and you just finished this amazing photo shoot, and I'm just speaking from my experience, there's been so many times when I've done this amazing photo shoot, the pictures are great, but I know that it's not going to get the traction it needs, or it's not going to go directly to the people that I want to see it.
Especially with these algorithms.
Exactly, with the algorithms. And then it's just, it's social media. Everybody's on there. You got the ASMR videos and the
Yeah,
mukbangs.
it's just cluttered.
Just a whole bunch of weird stuff before you get to what you're looking
The
for.
mukbangs.
The
Right?
mukbangs.
We can
So-
do without
and then you
those.
end up watching a million of those and you forget what you even
Yeah.
want. Exactly. So with the We Just Working app, it is directly everything that the people right here in the community is working on. So you have brand new music released that you can buy from the app. You don't have to go through iTunes and all of these other sites that are going to distract you when you can just go directly to here. And it goes straight to the artist. So every artist who is on the app who has their music there and you buy it, that money goes straight to the artist to support them on whatever their new projects are. You also get exclusive access to shows just like this. So all of the previous episodes of this show are on We Just Working app as well.
Go stream.
Go stream. Go
Yeah.
stream.
And I think like I was really interested in it. Well, I still need to like make my profile and everything, but
Yeah.
I did download it. I was really interested in it because like I, as like a business or an artist or whatever like hybrid type of human being I am right now, I could like put myself on there
Yep.
and then you could find me, you know,
Yep.
like, and I think that was really what drew me to download it. Like, oh, like I could like be on
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Like,
Also-
great.
And it's
People could find me. I
exclusive
can
to
find them.
You know, if you aren't the type to have business cards and you don't want to have to, oh, well, you can follow me on this and you can follow me on that and you can follow me on this.
Like, you could
can
just
put
follow me here.
Everything right here and all of your information, everything you need as far as promo is there. Easy to click, find. All of your upcoming events, all of your music, all of the photos of what you're selling, all right there.
I also think, you know, like what I was saying before, realizing that you want to start supporting your community, you don't, like me and Allie, we were trying to find like artists on Staten Island to potentially have at this, you know, thing that we were trying to host.
Yeah.
It's hard when you haven't met them yet. The
Exactly.
island is small, but the
Yeah.
island's pretty big. It's hard to
Yeah.
meet everybody. So if everybody got on this app, if everybody got on this app and it's for the community, by the community, we can all connect. We can all
Exactly.
collab. We can all do
Exactly.
something.
It's as simple as, let's say, for example, you have an event idea.
Yeah.
Right? You have no idea where you want to have it. You need a cameraman. You need someone who can bring food or
Yeah.
whatever the case. You go into the We Just Working app and you go in the community feed chat and you just post up exactly what you're thinking. Hey, you guys, I'm looking to have an event on this date. These are my ideas. I need this person, this person, this person, this person. Who can help me? And then it's just that simple. Everybody that you need is right there. And that's what we're talking about right now, supporting the community.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to these big corporate companies who aren't going to give us the bang for our buck, you know?
Definitely
and
not.
you get more of an experience when you're working with people that you know.
Yeah, and
You
to
know
be
what I'm
honest, if
saying?
you outsource help, this is not to down talk anybody. There are some amazing big conglomerate companies, but they don't necessarily care how your event turns
Right.
out. They're just there to supply
Right.
you with what you paid for.
Right.
When it's community helping community, like we all have a stake in something.
Yeah.
So I think it's drives it a little bit like further.
It's beautiful. Like I remember Brie Luna. Both of them are beautiful and amazing, and I love you both.
Brie Luna is now rebranded Eterna, though.
Eterna.
correct?
So
So it's
might
Brie Luna
be,
and Eterna. If you're listening, what's up, girl?
actually on episode, I think like 8 or 9. So if you guys want to see her interview, you guys can check that out. She actually performed for us. So check that out. But yeah, we actually did a show together. She performed. 6 months later, I had my New Year's Eve party, and we had no champagne.
Oh
And
my
I was
goodness.
like, oh my God, what are we going to do? Pour Coke and something with bubbles inside of the cups. And Brie came with champagne and
She pulled up.
saved
She
the
came
day.
through.
It was crazy. So it's just bonds like that you make with working with people. And it's going to be those things that save the day. You're friends now. Boom. I have the extra this, or I have the extra that. I have extra hands. I can help you with this.
Yeah.
I'm free on this day. The This Is Halloween art show. All of us came down here to help Erin put this show together. So everybody was involved in it. Myself, Montana Lily, Day, we were down here doing the hill and doing the paper mache, and everybody was outside painting and doing things like that.
Yeah.
So with the We Just Working app, it really does help you guys to, instead of going through all of this tough time, to find somebody who's like-minded and can help you get things done. Everything right there. So
All in
make
one
sure you guys
place.
download it, and it's free. So I mean,
You can't beat free,
you know, come on.
honestly.
It's a great start to like what it could become too.
Yeah.
Like this, who knows what this app or We Just Working will turn into in 5 years. I'm sure We Just Working has their own vision, but like artist cooperatives, you know, like these things are all over across the country, you know, and they start very small, like in communities. Like if anyone's familiar with Meow Wolf is a dope ass installation in Santa Fe, New Mexico. That's where they started. It was
Yeah.
a bunch of community artists who just put their brains together, like the We Just Working crew, and then now it's like a multi-million-dollar, multi-city, like
It's insane how
such a
things take
unique
off.
art installation that is not even describable. So just look it up. But who knows, you know, because
Look it up, you guys.
it starts with community.
I'm so
That's my
happy that
piece.
all of you guys are here. This really means so much. It really warms my heart that it's the 18th episode and everyone's let me talk this long. That's crazy.
We love to hear it.
Okay? It's absolutely nuts. Hey, Elizabeth, what art forms are the grants focused on this year? Ooh.
Good question.
That is a good
Every art
question.
form.
Hey, Kenny, look at that profile pic. That's a great one.
So grants are
wanna see- so I
available in
wanna
every
apply. I wanna
artistic
apply.
discipline. It's like you
should.
name it.
Kimbra!
Um,
Hi, Elizabeth. Good to see you here.
Hi, Kimbra. I'm looking forward to seeing your Lizzie Borden book.
Yes, Kim.
Hey.
Yes. So, what
Yeah.
art forms are available to us for the grants? Like, so, okay, I know that I'm in the arts community, but I'm not necessarily an artist. So, like, what would be something for me to apply for, basically?
Well,
same
the
question.
thing
Great
is
question.
that you are an artist. You might not way. So, I think that one of the things that's different this year is that we're trying to get people to expand their definition of what an art project is and how they make it and where it happens. So it doesn't have to happen live. It can happen, as a series of videos that you produce that can go online. It could be a podcast. It could
Which is
be
pretty much-
digital interactive programming like what you're doing now.
There you go. More than halfway.
Wow.
So, yeah, but we have artists who work in literally every artistic discipline is supported through the Staten Island Arts Grants. So, I think another thing I just want to give you guys a heads up is that we also have an open call out for our gallery right now.
Ooh, okay.
The Art Space Gallery, which is down at Irby, there's an open call for proposals for any artist who wants to propose an exhibit. The exhibits last about 10 to 12 weeks each. And those are visual art or multidisciplinary art. But there's a proposal form that's on our website for folks to fill that out. And that's really the gallery is really the only time that we limit what artistic disciplines are supported by Staten Island Arts. And but in terms of the grants, every artistic discipline is represented.
And this is a personal question, but I'm really interested in how you got into the art community and when you started with Staten Island Arts and what drives you.
So I have a theater background. I actually got my Actors Equity card when I was 9 years old.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
and
That's very impressive.
cool.
When I was a singer, I was into musical theater. I did really weird avant-garde performance art, and then
That's
I
so cool.
realized that I liked having a paycheck and health insurance.
As we all
At the
realize
end
at
of
some
the
point.
day,
Yeah, that part. That
It always
part.
comes down to that too.
Yeah. So I started writing about theater. I was actually, when I graduated from college, I worked for a newspaper up in Massachusetts as its art staff writer, and wanted to get back into theater. And so I developed skills in the area of this really weird field called dramaturgy, which in theater is sometimes a script doctor. It's the person who usually works with the artistic team on creating a cohesive vision for a project. But I needed to learn how to write grants to support the artistic work. So that became a career in fundraising. And I went to work for the city's Department of Cultural Affairs, overseeing grants instead of writing grants. But the grant writing experience was definitely a big help because I could see it from the other side of things. And when I was working at the Department of Cultural Affairs, I got assigned to Staten Island, and I fell in love with the place. So.
Wow, we love you too,
We love you.
Elizabeth.
Right, we love you over here.
I actually also have kind of, like a personal geared question for the grant. So
Yeah.
I know you mentioned earlier that the grant also covers like educational type of things that have to do with art. So I'm thinking anybody who has a craft that they can teach might have a good place to apply for like a small portion of the grant because, like we talked about before with COVID, there's so many spaces to be at to start like more in-person things. The easier it gets to be, that could be a really cool thing. Everybody does something super unique, and you know, before, like personally, before I got into doing what I do, I would watch these amazing videos and be like, oh, I wish somebody could just teach me how to do it.
Right.
You know, it's hard to invest in supplies to
Yeah.
do what you want to do. Like, if I wanted to do a podcast, I don't have all this. Like, you can't see this, guys, but the setup is insane. And so, like,
Shout out
you know, so,
Yeah.
but a lot of people have these things and the time and the space to teach.
Yeah.
So basically the question is, would that be something viable for the grant to cover?
Totally.
Okay.
I'm actually going to call out one of our current grantees, Janice Patrignani Munoz. Janice did, for her grant project this year, she did workshops that were held at the Greenbelt, and they were supposed
Oh,
to be
wow.
held, inside and outside. But what Janice ended up doing was she ended up creating some instructional videos based on leaf samples and other like dirt samples that folks collected at the Greenbelt. And then Janice made videos so that the people who would have been at those workshops in person, they could watch the videos at home and actually use those materials and create art projects.
I love
Which
that.
is very, like,
like I should know
COVID friendly.
Yes, I was just about to say that.
I want to know,
That's somebody
Janice.
you can get friends
Janice,
with.
can we be
Yes.
friends?
Yeah, like, where are
Follow
you?
me. Let's play in the dirt.
Yes.
My
that
request-
sounds like a vibe.
My mental and internal light bulb is like going like this right now, and when I
Yes.
get home, I'm like gonna research all this
Me too.
because
Yeah, I have a lot of
Yeah.
homework tonight.
first of all, anybody watching this right now, I hope that you feel as comfortable applying for
Yeah.
this grant as I do now. Because even though my best friend had received it, it still seemed like a far-fetched kind of
Yeah,
thing.
definitely.
But now I'm feeling like
I guess
really.
we're trying to explode people's ideas about the taking the lid off of the fear of
Yeah.
Yeah.
is or what a grant project is. And so we're trying to encourage people to, you could use the money for professional development that is
Yeah.
part of the project. And now with so much happening online, it changes the way that people communicate, but also it might be able to get bigger audiences than they were able.
That's true.
It's true.
That's true. I turned my theater grant into short films. I was supposed to do shows over a weekend. Now I am having an online event with films.
See, but that's great. You
I love that.
you have to switch up last minute, and you still
like
got to
a
get things
virtual
done.
festival.
Exactly. And this should all like go to show that like a lot of people's grants had to change this year a little bit, and
Yep.
Staten Island Arts was super supportive in
Yeah.
that switch. And so all, with Kimber saying that, like, there is a whole community of people at Staten Island Arts, like, supporting you if you need to change your grant.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
If you realize, like, in the middle of the year, like, there has been a global pandemic, or there's been, like, a personal change.
Has there been a pen? I had it.
There
I
might have
noticed.
been. There might have been. But for next year, hopefully we don't
Yeah.
have another one of those.
Yeah.
And I just think they're really supportive if you need to change things like that too,
Yeah.
But
I'm
you know
super
what? I
excited.
got to give a shout out to our government funders at the State Arts Council and also
Yes.
the city's Department of Cultural Affairs, because Jenna and I held some re-grant town halls with the applicants, and we were talking to people, and we really heard what the impact of COVID was on people, just in terms of day-to-day survival, trying to get by, kind of artistic paralysis. And then there were some people who were just creating like crazy and really thriving.
Yeah.
And we took all this information to the government funders, and we were like, hey, can we change up the rules for this year? Can you work with us so that we can support the community the way the community wants to be supported?
Right.
Yeah.
Rather
it
than
needs to
just
be.
having these rules that we follow year after year, can we bend the rules this year?
Yeah.
The government folks were really great to work with. So
Yeah, like it's a pandemic. Like, what are rules at this point?
Exactly. We're reinventing
Everything's
the
out the
rules.
window. We're
rules.
starting fresh. But no, I mean, that is so much really good information. And like I said before, just as someone who would never think that I can, I'm excited that I can.
You're
But you
holding
can.
up my design right now.
Quick plug.
anything's possible.
Staten Island, baby. You guys, check this out.
That's mine. Me, Glam Gardner NYC.
Gardener, you
You have to get the
This
details.
one's called Staten Island Nature, and it's actually interesting because this design is tied to my Staten Arts grant.
I'm gonna
So
move back a little bit so you guys can see.
So basically what you're looking at right now, it's a map of Staten Island. You could picture the neighborhoods,
Yeah.
but instead of neighborhoods, it's all nature-oriented things on the island. For example, we have the Graniteville Wetlands. We have Fresh Kills Park, which will be New York City's biggest park right in between Travis and the Arthur Kill,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
All nature-oriented things. You could actually use it as a map to explore your island. And then the rest of my stickers are doodle art inspired by nature and the beautiful intricacies yet simplicity of nature. That's what I do.
Yeah, and I don't know what this looks like on everyone's end of the screen, but it is so much nicer in person. I can almost guarantee that. So hit up glamgardenernyc.com to get yours.
Then hit up Resin by Rachel.
To get yours. Of course.
And then hit
We're
up
so
Girl in the
supportive
Box,
of
and
each
then
other. It's
hit up
really
Hub
beautiful.
17,
Yeah.
And then hit up Staten Island Arts.
And then download the We Just Working app to connect with the rest of your community.
And then put your mask on, and then put your hand sanitizer on, because, come on, all right, you guys,
All of
it's
it.
getting crazy. We have to pull this together and really do it right so that we can go back outside,
Yeah.
okay? We were
Yeah.
so close. We were so close.
Yeah.
So, you guys, we have to work together. Staten Island is, like, yellow right now, okay?
Yeah.
No good. So, everybody, please mask it up, double mask it up if you have to. Go get a cute mask.
Oh,
get a mask
cute
with
mask.
Let me
buttons
plug
on
somebody
it.
in real quick.
Yes.
You can get anything made on your mask anywhere. I personally got my mask by created_by_Ash. Just saying, doesn't have to be her, but I had mine. I love it. But you have a cute mask. Get your mask. It is a fashion statement. I'm just letting you know. It is a promo plug everywhere you go. Glam Gardener NYC. So I'm just saying, get your masks on because we want to have a cool event. We want you there. We can't have it until things die down a bit.
And if you know anyone who's out there creating fashionable masks,
Plug
send
them.
my way. We want them on the show. Anyone who's creative, if you know someone who makes music, if you know someone who is very passionate about the planet, about their business, about being creative, about anything, make sure you send them my way because this is what this show is about. It's not about me. It's about you guys. So
And it's so fun to be
we wanna
here.
make sure that
So
you guys are happy.
just an extra little.
Aw, Lori Love's really showing love.
Lori,
Love back to you,
I
Lori.
love you. I miss you. Shout out to Lori Love. She's an amazing artist. She's a part of the awesome Stapleton Artist District. Everyone here is a part of the district. And we're really happy to be the ray of sunshine that Staten Island needs right now.
Absolutely.
I'm going to miss
Get it
the
together,
art
man.
market in Stapleton this holiday season, I got to say.
Yes, I'm so excited. Are you guys doing anything for Thanksgiving? You keeping it real?
We're
like,
keeping it super low key
Yeah.
and COVID friendly. However, we are going to enjoy some small, under 10 person, per the regulation gatherings at the house.
And
like
like,
it.
what are we gonna do? You know, we're both plant based. We do vegan Thanksgiving,
Yes.
vegan Christmas every year. It's been many years running. So
Wow.
encourage y'all to try it. You're not missing out that much. But I remember before when I ate meat, I was like, what? My turkey? I can't have that.
I can't eat it.
I'll probably be spending the next couple of weeks like outside. There's still a good couple of weeks of nice
Yeah.
weather for foraging.
Yeah.
Basically, anyone. Can I plug myself real quick?
course.
Okay. Since we're talking about the pandemic, Elizabeth's laughing.
Our favorite.
Since we're talking about the pandemic, I just wanted to share, like, for me, what really got me through this whole time was like the outdoors, and
Yeah.
that really inspired, you know, this Staten Island nature design. And
Yes.
I love Staten Island because we're in the city, but we have so much nature. Like, we are the borough of parks. You know what I'm saying?
This is
And
true.
there's
Yep.
a lot to explore here in terms of hiking. There's a lot to explore here in terms of finding solace
Yeah.
when things that are indoors are restricted and, you know, things like that just aren't happening. We still have the outdoors. We have Mariners Marsh Park, which is a huge, beautiful trails in the middle
I
of
live close by
Arlington.
there.
Yeah.
I've seen it, but I've never went thoroughly in it.
Well,
You
make
can
sure
walk
that
in
you
there for
cover up your
hours.
feet, wear high socks, good
Yeah.
High
boots.
socks for ticks, but
Yeah.
I mean, there's like you could walk around in there for 2 hours.
Yeah.
You could go to the Greenbelt. People are always so interested. I post about like edible mushrooms that I find. I
Yes,
find
I love
lion's
it.
mane. I find chicken of the woods. I find maitake mushrooms. I find these on Staten Island too. And I think
We just saw
that
kale earlier today.
yeah, that was at Maker Park's garden. So shout out to Maker Park.
Maker Park.
But as far as foraging
Yay.
opportunities, there's like something that really inspired me this year and I really dove into, which has influenced my business. My business has influenced that is
Yeah.
there's tons of medicinal and healing and edible plants all
Yeah.
over this island. There's tons of natural resources and you know, these are also they're here for us. Like
Yeah.
they're our community resources and they brought me so much solace.
Yeah.
And so that is really what I try to put out there on Glam Gardener NYC. And I find that this message connects with a lot of people who are here. And, you know, I wouldn't pin Staten Island for a nature-loving place. I wouldn't
Yeah.
pin Staten Island for maybe a mindful or a conscious place. You know, I'm a Staten Islander born and raised, but it's really here.
Yeah.
And it's something that I really am, you know, trying to embrace as well and invite other people
You're
to
very
embrace
passionate about it, and it
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah, so
And
like
she
get
gives
out
all
there.
of the behind the scenes, you guys. Like on her social media, it's not just a bunch of selfies and just crazy nonsense.
it's-
Not
and
one
it's-
selfie on my
No,
social media,
like,
actually.
It's also not even, hey, please buy this. It's a lot of
Yeah.
information, free information that you can get
Yeah.
just by
Word.
following somebody.
It's so cool. Her stories, I like to watch them. I'm like, ooh, she has another
She's
one.
a perfectionist, so everything
one.
is very centered.
I try.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I mean, honestly, it's hard. Like before I mentioned like artist of a hybrid of a human, like
Yeah.
I guess I am an artist now. Like I'm also like I consider myself an educator. Me and
Yeah.
Rachel, we collaborate
Yeah,
on Forge
which-
Flowers earrings.
which we'll
We're
definitely get into in a little
artisans.
bit.
And like I make teas. Like what am I? I'm not an herbalist. I'm not an artist, but I am. I am all these
She's
things.
The bomb.
She is. She's being very
so-
modest right now.
And so I really think
love
like
it.
we bring it back to community. We can use our brands and our businesses as a platform for so much other things. And
Yeah.
we saw that earlier this year with community organizing. And, you know, I really have enjoyed that. Like I've enjoyed the middle ground between I'm a business, but I'm a community oriented person and I'm
Yeah.
an informational person. And like, we don't have to be just capitalism. We could be so many things
Absolutely.
in
we don't have
one.
to be in a box.
Yeah.
We can be
No
anything we want to be.
boxes.
Yeah.
No boxes out here. And I've loved playing with this idea of like, I'm not just a this. And
Yeah.
for me, that's what COVID really taught me is like, I am not just a this. I can be all these things
All these
in
things.
one. As soon as when you have a platform, then you can go from there. And
Yeah.
you could use that grant to build your platform.
That's true.
Okay.
just saying.
Just saying.
Rude. Thank you,
Over.
Allie.
I have to
Sorry.
plug the last thing because I know we got to wrap up soon, but me and Allie, so we've been best friends for a long time.
Yeah.
It's like 10 years and counting.
10.
Literally. Me and her obviously have two different businesses, two different things and directions that we're going
Yeah.
to. We still make sure that we collab. So in the beginning of Allie's like journey in her business, she was foraging for flowers, and she still continues to. She gives me a lot of flowers, and I create earrings for her
Yeah.
to sell. And then now she's getting more into like identifying mushrooms, knowing what they are, giving me some. And now we have a new collection that she's about to drop on her website, or already dropped, but we are continuing to make more. She's actually wearing a pair from the Forge Flower collection,
Love
but we
it.
have the mushrooms already out and more coming soon. So just
Oh,
had to
so
plug that real
cool.
quick because it's really
Plug.
awesome. And you can follow us both, check out both of our stuff to find that and more.
Yes.
Period.
So you
So
want
great.
info on edible mushrooms, holla at my page for free. But if you want to support me and support Rachel so I could give out this free multifaceted humans are where it's at. Multifaceted, baby. No boxes around here.
That's
no
right.
boxes.
Nope.
And yeah, if you want to support us so we can keep doing what we're doing and giving you that free info, you know where to find me. Glam Gardener NYC. That's what it's all about. Art as a platform for social change.
Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
Nice.
I'm so happy that you guys came to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
listeners, thanks so much for tuning in.
Thank
from
you,
home.
girl on the rocks.
This was so informative. And I'm gonna cry after this. Just letting you all know this now.
We could cry.
Mainly
We could have a cry.
because this show started off as just being somewhere for people to display their artwork or whatever it is that they create, and so for it to turn into something to where we're informing people of where they can be themselves. It really does so much for me.
And it's definitely so much more now, for sure.
Yeah,
For
and
sure.
that's what I do. It's like I do entertainment, but I do entertainment to create memories. And so I want you guys to know that this episode means so much to me. And I'm happy that we can give people the information that they need to make this place a much smoother place to deal with during all of this crazy stuff.
No, seriously, the information that, you know, we all talked about for just SI Arts, it's been, like I said, light bulbs are going off.
Yeah.
And feeling very, like, comfortable now.
Yeah.
So I'm
Rachel,
really
call
excited
me.
to connect.
Call me.
Don't be intimidated in this life. Fear is really what holds us back. I
Absolutely.
would say maybe we could all just speak to that real quick. Like that, you need confidence and self-love more than you need resources to start a business.
That's absolutely
and I will
true.
say that. And you know, like the confidence to apply to this grant, just do it. Just do it.
Yeah,
There's
you
so
lose
many
nothing.
resources. There's so much support. Girl on the Rocks is gonna do it. Resin by Rachel is gonna do it.
I'm signing
I
up.
might do
I'm
it again
applying.
too, because you could apply twice.
Yes.
Yes, you can.
So,
So-
everybody, you have homework for tonight. Go apply
apply.
for that grant. And if you apply for a grant and you win the grant, hey, let us know. We'll shout you out on the show.
And we'll
next
support
And 5%
Yeah,
commission to all three of us.
Yeah.
So make sure you guys tune in again next Sunday at what time? 7 p.m.
That's
you
right.
know what time, you know what place, with your favorite girl on the rocks, of course.
That's
We'll
her.
see you guys soon.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in, everyone.
Everybody
Right?
have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.